Welcome to Legends Across the Land. Just imagine that way before oceans separated lands, before anyone knew fire or iron, before any king sat on a throne, there was a mother, a woman whose body turned into rivers, whose tears and sorrow shaped the whole earth, and whose children became gods, the gods we still talk about today. And even when her people were torn from their homeland, she crossed the ocean with them. This is the story of Yemoja. Yemoja literally means a mother whose children are as many as the fishes in the ocean. She is known as the mother of the Orishas, guardian of memory, and the spirit who refused to drown even when the sea tried to swallow it. Make sure you stick around till the end because we're going to also uncover the secret of Yemoja's seven skirts. And if you love old African stories, epic ones about gods, origin myths about creation, spiritual mysteries, and animal stories with moral lessons, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Subscribing, liking, and sharing this video really helps to keep our stories alive. In the Yoruba way of seeing things, in the Yoruba cosmology, life doesn't go in a straight line like we sometimes think. It goes in a beautiful circle, round and round like the seasons, like life itself. In the very beginning, there was Olodumare, the one who gives life to everything. From Olodumare came the Orishas, these powerful spirits who watches over nature, over humans, and over everything. And one of the very first one was Obatala. If you want to know more about Obatala, click on the link on the screen. I have done a story about him previously. From Obatala came Yemoja, the great mother, and Obatala himself would come again through Yemoja's water later. I know it sounds strange, but like I said earlier, in Yoruba cosmology, life doesn't go in a straight line. A spirit can be here first, then appear fresh in a new way. It is not confusion, it is just divine balance. For Yemoja's beginning, before she touched the earth, just picture the heavens, vast and glowing like endless stars in the night sky. Olodumare, the supreme one, breathed life into the Orishas from pure light and energy. Obatala, dressed in flowing white robes, he was sent first to shape the world below. He molded the land with his hands, clay turning hard under his touch. He was rising like sleeping giants. But the world still felt empty, dry, without the flow of life. Olodumare whispered to Obatala, create a mother for all. From his essence, his wisdom, his purity, created Yemoja, not from dust, but from sacred waters. She emerged radiant, carrying the power of nurturing and protection. Other Orishas gathered around, Eshu with his clever tricks and red cap, Orunmila with his chains of prophecy, watching in awe as Yemoja descended. Her connection to Obatala was unbreakable, like father and child, teacher and guardian, sharing the spark of creation. To the other Orishas, she was sister, the one who would bind all with love and water's endless flow. Whenever our water touched the ground, life flowed. Plants grew, animals drank, people laughed by the banks. But one day, she looked at the humans and said in her heart, I want to walk among them. I want to feel their joy, their pain, their everyday life. I want to feel the ground under my feet. So she did. But what could possibly go wrong when a god decides to live among humans? When Yemoja came down, she lived as a real queen among people. She married the king of Shaki. The king's name was Okere. With her gentle heart and her deep wisdom, the whole land felt peaceful. Everything grew, everyone was happy. But power can twist people. The king started to change. He became proud, harsh, and even controlling. He forgot who his wife truly was. He forgot that under her calm face flowed divine waters. And then one day, in anger and cruelty, he spoke words that cut deep. He insulted her most sacred truth, her divine nature. And that was it for Yemoja. She knew her time walking as human was finished. She had to return. She turned her back on the palace and she ran. But the king couldn't just let her go like that. What happens next is what changed everything. Yemoja ran fast from the palace, but the king's soldiers chased after her. The ground started cracking under her feet, and she became so tired. She stumbled and fell, and in that moment, everything changed forever. And as she fell, her stomach swelled with divine power. Her belly grew huge, and inside her were many children, the Orishas. Then her waters broke, not like a normal birth, but like the biggest flood the world has ever seen. Like the whole universe stopped, took a deep breath and let go. It wasn't the end of her, it was her biggest gift yet. And from her waters came the Orishas, not as babies, but full grown powers of nature and life. Next was Shango, bursting out like thunder and fire, bringing justice, power, and lightning that shook the sky. And Ogun, strong, heavy with iron, maker of tools, roads, war, everything we now build today. Then Oshun came soft and sweet, love, beauty, fertility, sweet words that heal hearts. She showed everyone softness is real power too. And then Oya, wild, unstoppable, queen of the winds and storms, endings that make room for new beginnings. And then Obatala, reborn, pure and bright through Yemoja's waters, bringing clarity, creation, balance, and goodness. And each time one Orisha was born, one of our skirts fell away. Each skirt carried a deep meaning: life, protection, healing, justice, change, memory, and balance. And when the last skirt came off, only one thing was left of Yemoja. She was still a mother. The story does not really finish here. Because many years later, when our people were taken, torn from their homes, chained, forced onto ships across the big Atlantic, old people who survived passed down the story of Yemoja. They said Yemoja was there with them across the Atlantic, not as a woman walking, but as living water, swimming right beside those ships. They say she heard every cry when nobody else did. The ocean moved with how she felt, sometimes quiet and gentle, and sometimes angry and rough. That thought kept people going. It told them, you are not alone, your mother is still with you. And even in new places, she never left. In Brazil, they call her Yemoja. People wear white, carry flowers to the sea, sing to her. And in Cuba, she's Yemaya, mother of the ocean. And all over the Americas and the Caribbean, the name changes, but our love, our spirit, has stayed exactly the same. The ocean carried so much pain, but it also carried so much memory. And deep down, something even older is still sleeping underneath the ocean. Old ones used to say, to hold all that creation power, Yemoja wore 7 skirts, not normal clothes skirts, layers of water, wisdom, and mystery. And the first layer is the sunny shore, safe, warm, like the place we now know, like the place we call home. And the second and the third one are the middle waters, flowing, connecting people, full of feelings. Fourth and the fifth carry memory, old pain from our ancestors, stories we forgot, truths that we have buried deep. Sixth is the silence, where light cannot reach and everything gets quiet. And the seventh layer, that one belongs to Olokun, the ruler of the deep sea, where the pressure is so strong it crushes, treasures hide, where secrets too big for words live. Yemoja takes care of the surface waters while Olokun owns the deep. And one day they have to meet, and when they do, the whole sea will change. Yemoja would have to face a hard choice: give up some of her power or fight to keep the balance. What happens when the gentle mother of the surface meets the ruler of the deep dark? I'm going to do a part 2 where I will tell the story of Yemoja and Olokun when the ocean finally turned against itself. So if you've enjoyed the story of Yemoja so far, or you feel connected to your roots, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Also share if you can. Thank you so much for staying till the end, and I'll see you in the part 2. Till then, keep your head up